pt1.wmv. So sit back and, as Koch Club once said, take a ride into unknown pleasures. Enjoy.
Channel 31 is staffed mainly by volunteers. We are owned and operated by the Melbourne Community Television Consortium Incorporated. The consortium comprises a number of community television groups. The groups are either special interest or geographically based. This transmission is presented by the people currently appearing on your screen. If you would like to volunteer your time to Channel 31, phone 9663 5831 during business hours. That's 9663 5831.
This program is proudly sponsored by DT's Hotel, where every colour of the rainbow drinks, corner of Hyatt and Church Streets, Richmond.
SQUEAL, you're now watching on Channel 31, your community station at the moment, your gay station, also seen on Optus TV on Channel 31 if you've got that, if you're that lucky. Now we've got a sensational show this evening. We've had a sensational week just gone by. We're going to get into that a little bit later on, but now please make these sensational people on the bench welcome. Down the end we've got Peter Grady.
That's the best welcome I've ever had.
Is it really?
Yeah. In my whole life.
You've got a bit of a...
No. Next one on the list.
And we've got a very special person. It's your first time on Squeal?
First time I've ever been a squealer.
Well, we might make you squeal beforehand because it sends some poor ex-policeman into paralysis. So we'll try and calm it down though. Sally, welcome. Make Sally welcome. Now, Sally, you're from Joy, Melbourne. What do you do there?
I'm from Joy, Melbourne. I'm on transmission time, 10 p.m. till midnight Tuesdays, and I have been being the insomniac masochist, doing breakfast on Monday mornings from 6 till 9.
Oh, you're into torture.
I know, and loving it.
Do you?
It's good fun.
It is good. And for everybody out there, what's the position on the dial?
90.7 FM is what
and
you can
it's
hear it.
From Sunday to Monday, or
Sunday to Tuesday. We'll have a bit more on the details of that later on in the show, but it's good to be some cross-media ownership.
Thanks, Sally.
Packer family, eat your heart out.
Yeah, I love the Packers. And next to me we've got the lovely Troy. Hi, boy.
Gosh, you made me blush.
Now, you would have been having a spasmodic week this week with all that music TV on.
Oh my God, that was so sensational. I wanted to be the bonnet of that car when she was dancing on that.
Madonna Grammys if you're not with it.
Oh, it was just, but I want to know, how could she not win an award?
Didn't she win anything?
No.
She doesn't need to, do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be told you're good.
She should have won.
No.
Steely Dan won Album of the Year. I mean, who really cares? I mean,
that's why
Jesus
she beat
Christ.
Madonna, that's my point.
Steely Dan.
I like Steely.
Oh, sorry, you're not allowed to speak yet. Monique, welcome, Monique. Monique, I'm almost as dark as you tonight, sweetheart. I've been rolling around in thousands of millions of trillions of billions of luminous spheres. What's your secret?
That.
And what have you been doing?
Work and taking lots of painkillers because I'm crippled at...
Oh, you're like Elizabeth Taylor, you've got lots of back problems.
Yes.
It's probably those positions you put yourself in an evening. And on the news desk, we've got the lovely Vic Perry.
Yeah, Perry.
Star of Perry. Now, Peter, have you got some news, darling?
Yeah, I just read about this footy AIDS fears, where somebody says that the HIV virus can actually survive on a bloodstained footy jumper, even after it's been treated with detergent. I find that hard to believe. I mean, isn't it supposed to die after after it's been exposed for...
I thought it died on contact with the ear.
That's what
I
I
could say
thought,
human hair for my boys, but I wouldn't.
But this guy says that only bleach can destroy it. So now, of course, footy clubs are up in arms and they're going, oh my god, we can't get anything cut because we're going to die.
They could just cut that bit off, perhaps, and then sell the jumpers, and we could sniff them. And Christus, I'll have if he's watching. Monique, sweetheart, do you have something to spat about?
Well, apparently banks in America are starting to make credit cards with stars' pictures on them, so you can actually walk into a bank and say you want your credit card with Britney Spears on it or whoever, and they get a commission of the money spent on it. So I'm going to walk into my bank and say I want one of Peter.
Me?
Yeah. You're my biggest star.
Well, that probably would stop you from using it so often.
I don't think I'd get a credit limit on it. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd probably be for $2.50.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's my bank.
I'll wait for the day that it happens.
Thanks for the thought.
Thanks, Monique. And then what we're going to do now, of course, Graham Stevens has been so very, very busy. He's been off at the Queer Film Festival doing things. So we're going to go and have a look now. Eyes and ears to the monitor.
We're at the famous lesbian gay, sick people's film festival. I don't know what they do. Now, you've flown in from another one from around the world. Some are in the States. How does this compare as a opening night party? Well, it's not opening night, it's just a bunch of fools getting pissed on Melbourne City Council money in comparison with the one you just flew in from the States.
It's great being back home. I tell you what, Chicago really does redefine cold. It was 18 degrees below zero while I was there, so being back here is lovely. It's been lovely being back amongst friends and lovely being back in that festive season of the wonderful film festival again.
This is really boring. We'll move on to other people. You know what it's like. I really like Chicago. What about the film festival? What do you think about this in comparison to the other launches you've been through around the world?
I love the Queer Film Festival launches. They're fantastic, and for Melbourne we do a great job, and that'll be congratulated. That's not too serious for you, is it?
That's so sucky, I can't believe it. One last thing. I bet you're involved too, Mr. Cockorama.
Yes, Cockorama is here tonight, but I'm actually here to buy the poster.
We like this film festival because it's been taken over by lesbians. This is Squeal. We're out of here.
Oh.
And that, of course, is Graham Stevens at the Queer Film Festival opening. And now we're going up to Vic Perry at the news desk.
Thank you, Tabitha. You'll be interested. Thank you. You'll be interested in this, Peter. There's never been a confirmed case of HIV transmission in sport. Robin Goldner, Executive Director of the Australian Federation of AIDS Organisations, said last week in a press release in response to new guidelines being adapted by the National Rugby League for cleaning blood-soaked football jerseys. The guidelines take effect this coming week after research undertaken by the St Vincent Centre for Immunology for the NRL found that HIV was still being detected on jerseys washed in detergent at high temperatures. The new guidelines will ensure that all clubs clean blood-stained jerseys with a combination of bleach and washing detergent immediately. We've always known that bleach is the most powerful cleaning agent for destroying HIV, said Afeo's Goldner. In terms of being a public health concern, one should consider recent expert medical opinion, which puts the risk of contracting HIV playing football at around 1 in 25 million, which is compared to 1 in 600,000, considerably less, of being struck by lightning. This isn't a health problem, it's a laundry problem, said Goldner.
There you go.
Melbourne Community Voice this week has highlighted the difficulties of Australian citizens securing residency for their same-sex partners. While such countries as the Netherlands allow same-sex marriages, these are not recognised by the Australian Immigration Department. Keith Stodden, coordinator of the Gay and Lesbian Immigration Task Force, says that while the laws are currently very restrictive, this has not always been the case. In the early 1980s, there was a well-established acceptance of same-sex couples from within the Department of Immigration, with lawful codependent becoming an acceptable reason for immigration. In 1985, this acceptance became entrenched in law, with the only requirement being 6 months cohabitation. However, this law was changed by the Howard government in 1996. Couples must now prove that they have been cohabitating for 12 months, which is difficult as few visas allow visitors to remain in the country that long. On top of that, there are quotas on the number of foreign visitors allowed in, reducing the number of same-sex couples granted residency to 300 per year. Back to Tabitha. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. That was great, darling heart. And now we're going to find out a little bit of news from our best and newest friend, Sally.
Do indeed. And that is for Joy Melbourne listeners. If you ring Joy on 969 00907 before 5 tomorrow, or fax your credit card details on 9699 2646, so that is if you renew or join as a member, you go into the draw for 2 tickets to see Kylie Minogue when she's here.
Wow!
And of course, more importantly, it does help Joy in that bid for the full-time licence. Yes, the applications are in, but there are now going to be public hearings from the 8th to the 18th of May, and we need to keep the membership level up as high as we can. So make sure that you join Joy, keep that membership up there, tell your friends to join, tell them to renew when their renewal notice comes out in the next few months, and you'll be helping out Joy in that bid. And unfortunately, Joy isn't back on air after tomorrow midnight till late May, which is very obsolete.
How much is the renewal?
$40 for a full membership, and $25 concession is Joy Melbourne.
Thank you very much, Sally. And now, Troy, darling, have you got some news?
I do. I got a bit of a query here. Now, I don't know if anyone else on the panel or anyone out there watched a girl thing on TV the other night.
No.
Oh, it was lesbians,
now, it was all about Elle Macpherson playing a lesbian and stuff like that.
That turned me off.
No, I'm sorry. I was watching it, and they did not keep their lips off each other.
Who?
How can we not?
Because she can't act.
No,
so she
I
does
know,
nothing.
but it was like the whole episode was basically those two getting it on and like all over each other, kissing.
Joy,
and
why don't you
we
call
never.
I wasn't watching it.
Anyway, we never get two guys. As soon as you see two guys about to kiss on
Dawson's
TV.
Creek, they kissed, didn't they?
No, this is their sex.
They do this, then all of a sudden it cuts off or something.
That's sex for gay men.
So like with two women, it kept going on for pretty much the whole time of the show.
Let's put a stop to that now. Everyone turn to the person next to you and stop pushing.
Sorry.
Very fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Now we're going to listen to some footage of Graham Stevens, of course, at the Queer Film Festival thingamajig. Joe. Go.
We're here for SQUEAL, and we are at the launch of the Melbourne SQUEAL Queer Lesbian Film Festival, and we've discovered homosexual men in suits. They must be pedophiles. Are you here for a pedophile film?
No, Fruits in Suits. Fruits in Suits.
Fruits in Suits. I think they're capitalists, and come the socialist revolution, you're all going to die unless you give us $10,000. Are you prepared to give us $10,000?
No, 1,000 years. 1,000. Yeah, 1,000.
And that's for a bent volunteer who also sleeps with the president of Fruits in Suits. We're spreading this. This is SQUEAL. We're live on air spreading gossip about who's sleeping with who to get money. Thanks.
And thanks for that, Graham. That really was just truly, I mean, you think you've found your new thing, haven't you? Not being anywhere near us, but out with the people and harassing them for a change. We'll be back in the next segment. Unfortunately, this one's come to a close, so what you're going to have to do is perhaps... you're going to have to perhaps start touching yourself, rubbing yourself, start recording so you can enjoy this at home. Every night, perhaps you've got friends and you just want to show them something exciting when they come over. This is what you can show them. Or you might want to start cutting up your stuff and start mixing it in that bowl and do what you do. Pull it, smoke it, bake a cake with it. Who knows? You can do so much stuff now with basil, can't you? It really is amazing. In the next segment coming up, we've got some sensational things. More of the same, actually. I hope I'm speaking clearly and no one's yelling over the top of me so that Mr. Schizophrenia doesn't get paralysed again. We've actually got Richard Watts coming up, and he'll be giving some in-depth and in-person, up-close, he might even touch my titties, about the sensational happenings and goings-on at the Queer Film Festival. Of course, I'm Tabitha Turlington. I'm actually too attractive. I'm going to stop now because I'm actually getting wet just thinking about myself. So you sit back, relax, enjoy. Perhaps ring up a friend and tell them to tune in because it's that exciting. Here on Channel 31. Your community television bent queer station.